Even though there hasn't been a new show in over 20 years, Bob's become a modern icon.
Bob Ross.
Ross.
Guy with the hair?
In the public, they think that any painting that has a tree and a mountain must be a Bob Ross painting.
I'm one of them.
A tree and mountain.
Her nail is held up to his arm, and her nail has a tiny clear palette on it.
That's incredible.
The first day I took the class with Bob, I was so mesmerized by Bob that I couldn't paint.
Where are all the Bob Ross paintings? We found them. Guys, today our fellow Gen Z Brit is going to be diving deeper into the Bob Ross rabbit hole. Having discovered him around 2 weeks ago from the time of recording, what a rabbit hole has been. And he definitely seems like such a soothing, calming presence and a character that I've been enjoying discovering all about. Speaking of which, guys, I'm doing some bonus content on the Patreon for those guys that aren't aware, posting new movie reactions, album reviews, and sitcom reviews every week. I've got at the moment around 50 plus exclusive bits of content on there at the moment. So if you guys are interested in getting that extra dose of nostalgia as a Gen Z perspective on a lot of these classics that I'm showing you guys on the screen, and I'll definitely recommend checking out the Patreon, linked in the description below. Of course, it'll be great to support the channel, guys, if you love my content. Before we get into the video, look, guys, make sure you smash that like button so I know you guys want to see more, as well as subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss another one of these bangers from me. Guys, we just hit 50k, and the support you guys have been showing me, I literally cannot thank you guys enough. It's been surreal. It's been overwhelming even to think 50,000 of you guys have subscribed, and you know, we're only getting bigger and bigger, and the journey is still going. The curiosity journey is getting deeper and deeper. And guys, of course, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Let's go.
This is a Bob Ross painting.
Okay.
Bob Ross
is one of the most iconic American painters of the 20th century. He's best known for his perm, personality, and landscape paintings.
Definitely.
The problem is, no one knows where they are.
I'll be your host as we experience the joy of painting.
In 800 feet, turn left onto McLaren
The joy
Road.
of painting.
There are more than 1,000 Bob Ross paintings in the world.
There we go.
But if you want to buy a Bob Ross, you can't.
You
And that
can't.
doesn't mean people haven't tried. A lot have. And a lot's been written about it too. Because frankly, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, so this came out
In
5 years ago, so
1991
I don't know if you
article-
can like buy one now, but like it seems like there definitely there was a point where you really couldn't get painted. Okay. Where are all the Bob Ross paintings?
In a 1991 article in the New York Times, Bob said he had completed nearly 30,000 paintings.
30,000.
So when this guy wanted to buy one for his brother, he didn't think it would be a problem.
It was
He
a
couldn't
problem.
find one at an auction, in a gallery, on the internet.
We don't.
Is that hard to
And
find
sure,
a paint?
there are a lot of paintings out there inspired by Bob Ross.
Tap, 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 roll.
But they're not the real thing. So it made us
Right.
wonder, where could a collection of paintings worth likely millions of dollars possibly have gone?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, where did they go?
You've arrived.
This is crazy, man. 30,000 is so many. Bob Ross is pink.
Not a professional box opener. I started in
Credit card, of course.
2017.
Maybe right, probably.
They were organized pretty well, but it was kind of one of those things where it's like, we need to take all this out and like figure out what is
Oh,
here.
there's-
And I was
so-
terrified of touching these paintings because I was like, these are worth more than me.
So that's where all the paintings are.
Wait, that's where they are, just in the
Not
room.
climate controlled. We got them safe in a room, packed away, organized fairly well. Definitely
Okay.
not white glove service.
They don't plan on selling them. Wasn't really Bob's thing.
They don't plan
It
on.
actually
Okay.
has never occurred to us.
Wow.
I guess I wouldn't even know how to answer that question because we've never even really talked about it.
Really?
show went like this.
Do you know what? I don't know if that's like just like a testament to just how much they value those paintings, like to the point where they didn't feel as if they even should have been sold. Like, you know, it's like they're things that are worth more than like those paintings are worth more than any sort of price. Or if that's just a thing where they just genuinely didn't consider it. Like, it's just like something that they've been ignorant of doing or something like that, or they haven't fully put thought into.
We even really talked about
You
it.
just got all those
The show
paintings
went like this.
chilling there?
It was 26 minutes long, unedited.
That's interesting.
And you never saw the finished painting before you started.
He did 31 series, each being 13 programs, each having 3 versions. That's a lot of paintings.
That's a lot of
Not
paintings.
many people know that Bob actually completed each painting 3 times. One before the show, one during the show, and one after the show, which is why there's so many of them.
That's a lot of
He would
paintings.
write book on the really, really good one. He would mark one of them TV, and that was the slightly not great one. And then the third one would be marked Kowalski.
Kowalski?
For my mother.
For her mother? Annette Kowalski?
I don't like this being a movie star. I'm old.
Wait, why is he late titled one for Kowalski? Her mum. I thought she almost said his mum for a second, but that's okay. That's interesting. I'm guessing they're gonna get into it.
One would be marked Kowalski.
Who's this Kowalski? What's that all about?
I don't like this being a movie star. I'm old. You know, I
She's
know
so
you
sweet.
want to know what that young guy was running around with this old woman. Guess what? Bob and I used to be the same age.
I'd like to introduce you to my partner and longtime friend, Annette Kowalski. Annette, welcome to the show.
How did they become friends?
Annette was involved in lots of different art forms.
Like, ain't she like? She looks like she's way older than him. That's it. This is so interesting. Hold up.
Thanks, Bob.
Plot
Annette
twist.
was involved in lots of different art forms earlier than Bob Ross, and I always encouraged her.
Okay.
Her painting is complete.
Wait, is that a little Bob Ross painting on the wall here as well? Is y'all saying that? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Fair enough.
Bob
Used to work
Ross,
for the CIA.
I always encouraged her.
Let's add some daisies. I want nice, clean white. I made all of the shirts he wears on TV.
She
Oh,
also
wow.
discovered Bob Ross, pretty much by accident.
Discovered.
When Walt and Annette's oldest son died, Walt signed Annette up for classes with the TV painter Bill Alexander.
Okay. Okay, right.
And I, with all our creative power, we will create a better tomorrow. I love you.
Shout out to
But
Miss
Bill
Alexander.
wasn't teaching anymore, so they got a guy named Bob Ross instead.
Oh.
Well, 5
Small
days
world.
of classes with this unknown Bob Ross in Clearwater, Florida.
She's a student of Bob Ross. Wow, okay.
It'll all come together.
That's how they know each
Let
other.
it work. There.
The first day I took
That's
the class
interesting.
with Bob, I was so mesmerized by Bob that I
Right.
couldn't paint.
Can you describe a little bit what your first
Interesting.
encounter with Bob Ross was like? What you thought when you met this guy?
I had a positive feeling about him when I saw him.
And it turned out to be a good call. Bob eventually moved in with Walt and Annette, and now they own almost all of his paintings.
Well, is that a Bob Ross?
They
over
moved
there?
in
That is a
together.
Bob Ross painting.
Oh, they got
Because
Bob.
somebody told me that it was.
Oh, so did he not know himself?
Right
Spot
now,
fake.
I can pretty much recognize the Bob Ross painting.
Wait,
A lot
okay,
of
wait,
the
okay,
public,
wait,
they
wait. So this Annette woman is an authenticator of Bob Ross's paintings. That's crazy, and she's the only one. Only authentic. Wow. Okay, that's serious business right there, man. And it seems like Walt just alluded to that. Like someone told me that's a Bob Ross painting, so I'm assuming maybe that's a little like. And then they segue to Annette, so maybe she's the one that told him. I'm guessing, but I mean, if she's the only authenticator, I guess she's the only one that can say. Right, that's a serious title. That's pressure.
Right now,
Or not, I don't know.
Can pretty much recognize the Bob Ross painting. A lot of the public, they think that any painting that has a tree and a mountain must be a Bob Ross painting.
I'm really
I'm one of them.
a tree and mountain type person.
They're like sure that he's the only one that's ever painted a landscape before.
He
There
does
are
do it a
some
lot.
telltale signs as to whether or not a painting is a real Bob Ross.
Oh, Bob. He wanted no sign of people.
Yeah, no,
I
that's...
don't know why. He didn't like people, I guess.
Yeah, in a previous video I did, I remember the stats on like how many times people were in one of his paintings was really low. Was it like, I might be butchering it, it was really low though. Like of all the paintings he's done, like he rarely has people in them, which is interesting to say the least. The statistics were interesting. If you've seen my reaction to that, I'll try to link it at the end of the video, but yeah, it was facts about Bob Ross type
Bob,
thing.
he wanted no sign of people. I don't know why. He didn't like people, I guess.
I mean, he was a
He touched
he
that
seemed like he
tree
liked people.
one time, one stroke. The clouds are not Bob Ross clouds.
It's like describing the taste of chocolate.
This has been labored over.
My father did have to talk to a woman once, many years ago, who had purchased a painting that was not a Bob Ross painting. She was just devastated.
Really?
Bob
that's
is such
sad.
a legend. And
And there's so many opportunists out there that will just go and make a fake Bob Ross and try to sell it as a real. There's always people out there that are like that, just kind of just ruin it, man. Like,
just devastated.
Bob is such a legend and become such a big factor in people's lives.
He has, from what I've discovered.
For our social media, we have like a fancy quote on Fridays with like a nice picture, and then like a more casual quote on Wednesdays. Maybe there's a stone right here, so we'll put a little stone on. See?
There lives a little stone.
Maybe he's got a little friend named Harold.
This is Harold the Stone right here.
And like, sometimes I just sneak those in on the casual Wednesday quotes just because they make me really happy.
We are here for fans of Bob Ross. Like, if they call us, we're going to listen. And sometimes the calls go on for a very long time.
You pick up and like, there's that squirrel I was telling you about is back today. It's just nice little phone calls.
That's
so wholesome. That's what the staff at Bob Ross Inc. does.
It's 1-800-BOB-ROSS. Yay us, right?
They package and ship Bob's line of paint supplies and largely manage his modern day image.
This lady
they ship the supplies.
Painted Bob onto her lips.
Wait, so are they in control of like his social media now? They said they're in control of his image. Like, so if he posts stuff, because I've seen on his YouTube he's got stuff that be going on like recently. I don't know if that's them in like charge of like his account. That's interesting.
And ship Bob's line of paint supplies and largely manage his modern day image.
This lady,
if any of you guys know, let me know.
Bob onto her lips, painting a painting, and then her nail is held up to his arm, and her nail has a tiny clear palette on it.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
This is what we want the Bob Ross makeup for.
Exactly.
That's actually insane. I gotta see this again. Yo, there's nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend, right? I'm guessing that's one of his quotes. And look at that nail, right? And it's transparent. You got the palette. Oh, that is actually the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, I've seen a lot of incredible things, to be fair, but no, but that's up there. How has she done that? What? It looks so intricate and good. It looks so. That's impressive. How do you even get that level of detail? What?
Her nail is held up to his arm, and her nail has a tiny clear palette on it.
That's just what? That's blowing my mind.
This is what we want the Bob Ross makeup for.
Exactly.
Even though there hasn't been a new show in over 20 years, Bob's become a modern icon.
Right.
Is Bob Ross?
Bob Ross.
Guy with the hair? That round hair became like a thing he could not drop.
Yeah.
Let's paint in a few little happy trees there. And we're going to put a happy little bush right down over here.
Ever since Bob Ross appeared on Twitch in 2014, he's gone viral.
Right, he's gone viral again.
I almost had a heart attack when there was 30 seconds to go and he's starting on the big tree.
That's my director when we're getting low on time and I do something like, maybe it's an old tree fell down. This whole tree just fell down. It was tired.
Ruined, lazy Bob.
Real quick.
Yo, what are those quotes? Those tweets.
The tree just fell down. It was
ruined, lazy Bob. Ruined, just
tired.
Don't kill me.
It's
like a live stream.
Oh, pressure.
He wanted to sort of be a symbol of happiness. You know, the idea of socks and toasters and waffle makers he would have loved.
And that's all you can buy. The paintings are still off limits.
It never occurred to us to sort of change the whole concept that we're not in it to sell paintings.
We can't even explain fully what this Bob Ross thing is, you know. We're asked that all the time. We can give you numerous thoughts on that, but the sum total of it, it's Bob Ross, it's the persona.
Wow.
Why do you think he's become so big in the last few years?
That's a good question.
I don't know. You could probably answer that question better. Why are you here?
That's
Right.
a great question.
You
That's
tell
great.
me.
People come into it
Hey,
and
I
they're
love Annette, man. Annette seems like such a character, man.
Yeah, that's a great question.
You tell me.
people come into it and they're like, oh, it's just like this guy with his afro and it's like so silly and he paints like these landscapes, whatever. And then they watch it and they're like, oh my God, what? I actually really love this. And then they've watched like 50 episodes.
Hey, that's me right there, man. I was thinking, what's the big deal? And then I watched the episode. Like, I watched the episode and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. He just, like what people say, like, he's ASMR before ASMR, man. Like, he just got that soothing presence that you just can't, like, it's something like hypnotic about it. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I'm sure if you know, it's one of those ones. You just got to watch the episode. Shout out to all my Gen Zers who maybe aren't as aware, but yeah, man, like, you just gotta watch the episode and you get it. And even like it transcends generations. Like I'm watching this way after it's aired and it's affecting me. Like this thing is like timeless. Like his shows are timeless, man. Still have that impact. This is also wholesome, man. Rest in peace, Bob. Lymphoma. He was 52 years old, man. Wow. Yep.
I can only go back to that first day that I was in the class with him, and I feel like the whole world now is seeing what I saw that first day.
Wow. He was like that in person. That's good to know.
They were ecstatic. They're like, this is totally going to be an exhibit. And
it
then
got
they
put in a
invited
museum.
us out to the Smithsonian to look. It's going to be in the American history.
They got it in the museum.
I'm so scared. The Museum of Modern American.
It's the Smithsonian National Museum of American
She was struggling. Some of our paintings will be featured alongside the work of our American idols such as Juliet. What? They are now part of Smithsonian's permanent. Wow.
Your work will never hang in a museum. No. Bob!
Well, maybe it will, but probably not the Smithsonian.
Because why, Bob?
He didn't even believe it would, and it was. He was not able to buy, but he could hold some. Yeah, they definitely not trying to sell those paintings. But you know what? I respect it, you know. I respect it. Not everything's about the money, man. And that's a message that I hold to, man. Like, not everything is about the money. And they all seem like such intricate, prominent, important people to shape like to his legacy, especially after he passed, because it seems like he couldn't have asked for better people to be handling a lot of the stuff that he were like dear to him and stuff like that, because all of these individuals that were in this clip that I just checked out all seem like they loved Bob. They seem like they loved what he did. They loved the people that loved him, and look at all of them had big smiles on their face. They like, it's just like, yeah, it like if it wasn't those group of people, you could tell like this whole thing wouldn't be the same. And the fact that they got all those paintings and they didn't steal a single one, just shows, man, the types of characters that they are, man. Like, I think that they're like they hold his image and the personnel of Bob Ross over anything, over any money and all that stuff, and that's just so wholesome. It's so inspiring, and like, you know, it's so nice to see. It's heartwarming. It's wholesome. Wow, man. And like, look, I guess I learned something new, a little bit about the story of how, you know, he was discovered and just the impact he had and what happened to the paintings, man. I wonder if they changed their mind. I wonder if they let them get sold anytime recently. If any of you guys know, then definitely let me know, because this did come out 5 years ago, so I'll be interested to see if, you know, anyone's got their hands on them now. But guys, if you made this a point, comment on a green heart so I know who my roll-ins are. Of course, if you love this video and you love this reaction, don't forget to like the video before you head on out. And of course, I've got a playlist that you can check out, my especially my first time checking out Bob Ross, as well as just all these other individuals that I've checked out from around, like, you know, these similar periods in the 80s and stuff, on with some iconic individuals, some other rabbit holes that you guys can dive into in that playlist. If you guys are enjoying these kinds of videos. But of course, look, shout out to the guys that made this point in the video. You guys are the real to the real. And I've been your boy JayFlex, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.